So here's the major trivia question of the evening. Who was the first WHA player to score 50 goals? Well, you think it's Bobby Hull? No. Think it's Gordie Howe? No. Andre Lacroix? No. This guy was a Calgary Cowboy from life until death. He passed away from cancer a number of years ago, tragic end to a great life. But Danny Lawson was such a tremendous presence in the WHA. His legendary results as a player cannot be overshadowed, even though he never really made it in these NHL years. He became one of the WHA star players and led the league in goal scoring in his opening campaign in '73. Now, Daniel Michael Lawson, 5'11" and 180 right wing, highly skilled, was an undrafted player out of junior, where he played for the Hamilton Red Wings, which were sponsored at the time by the NHL Detroit Red Wings. Now, Lawson was with the Hamilton team that went to the Memorial Cup Finals in '67. His individual offensive totals gradually improved each year until '68, his last year, when he finished second in the league in goal scoring with 52 and led his team in points. Now, with the Red Wings, his last campaign, he had 90 points in 54 games. Now, he got his NHL call up to Detroit in '65 at the end of that season with one game. Now, in '69 with Detroit, his rookie year, he had 5 goals and 7 assists for 12 points in 44 contests. Now, after the single game, when he became that full-time professional the next year, we were shuttling between the Wings and our Fort Worth squad in Central Hockey League. Now, before season's end, for some reason, he was traded to the Minnesota North Stars, serving the role of a defensive forward on the third and fourth lines for the Stars. Now, he spent the next 2 years with Minnesota, further splitting his time between the parent club and the minor leagues, before a trade in the '71 offseason to the Buffalo Sabres changed his fortunes just a little bit. Now, with Minnesota over 2 seasons, he had 63 games, 12 goals. And then he had only 1 goal in the '71 campaign. But '72, he's with a regular shift, he put in 10 goals, 6 assists for 16 points in 78 games, with a rough minus 22. Now, we had no indication that he would become the great superstar that the WHA needed. And when he finally decided to sign with the WHA, the Upstart League was stealing from the bigger league for both their superstars and players to simply first fill their rosters. Now, Lawson was offered a contract and made a jump and signed with the Derek Sanderson-led Philadelphia Blazers. Although having had a 5-year career in the NHL under his belt, it was not until moving to the WHA that his scoring abilities were fully realized. In the WHA's inaugural season, despite the presence of, again, Bobby Hull, it was Lawson who on February 22nd became the first player in WHA history to score 50 goals. Playing in a line with Don Harriman and Andre Lacroix, by season's end he led the league in encounters with 61. He also had 45 assists for 106 points. Now, he hit the 50-goal mark in 74 again, with 50 goals in 78 games, but this time when the Blazers moved to Vancouver. 75 again with Vancouver. He had 33 goals and 43 assists for 76 points in 78 games. Now, the team fortunes for Lawson changed. Eventually, when he moved finally to Calgary, he became a champion in one way, but not a champion in another. He finally got a chance to skate in an AFCO Cup final with the Jets that year, but he lost to the Quebec Nordiques. Now, after the '77 season, he decided to retire from the association, which a lot of people felt was a little bit too early. Now, the trade from the Cowboys to the Jets allowed him to hit the 30-goal mark again that season, but he had also another 6 points in 13 playoff games. Now, we thought this was going to be the end of Lawson's career because he had played 392 games in the WHA, 218 goals, and added 204 assists. Now, he didn't participate in the last 2 seasons of WHA, but did finish all-time 8 in WHA goals. Now, here it becomes bizarre. We had rumors going around in the mid-1980s that Lawson was attempting a comeback to the NHL, and he decided to get an invite to the Edmonton Oilers training camp but was eventually released by the club in September. Lawson then found employment in the German Bundesliga, and for the 67 season he played with the third division team EC Hedros Munich, helping the team move up to second division. The next season he coached SV Beirut, and the team finished 4 out of 10 teams in the southern division. So quite a career in hockey, ladies and gentlemen. But I always wonder if the stress of playing with all those rough teams, because between those 5 seasons in the WHA until he got to Winnipeg, he only played in 13 playoff games, and the stress was getting to him. But you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, the WHA allowed players like Danny that had talent to really open out if they had the right line mates. But that Blazer team in '73, ladies and gentlemen, some lot of talent in that team. You had Johnny McKenzie there too. Ron Plum was on that squad. Bernie Perrant as well, and Marcel Pal was a good francophone goalie backup at the time. So it's wondering how a team will go in a certain way or not. Oh yeah, I want to mention about that '73 team as well. The great Henri Lacroix, who I think is one of the most underrated players in the history of hockey. He put up so much good numbers in the WHA that I don't think anybody can ever understate. He is a top 5 player of all time. So we can say that Danny Lawson was top 8 and Henri Lacroix was top 5. So 2 of the best players in WHA history were reborn from the NHL in the WHA, and that's quite a legacy. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. Have a good evening. Bye.